The lightsaber is one of the most iconic fictional weapons of all time, and a staple within the Star Wars franchise. There are so many different variants as well, such as the standard saber, curved hilt, saber staff, and many others. Even so, there are some lightsabers within Star Wars that are totally unique, so today I am counting down my 5 favourite. Something to note is that although some of these lightsabers may fall into some of the previously mentioned categories, they are completely unique and truly one of a kind, or in some cases extremely rare, in the way that they function. Now then, let's start the list.
Does yours do that?
Come on, let's go!
While I am not the biggest fan of Rebels, I do appreciate many of the things it did, one of which being its experimental presentation. And as a fan of the saber staff, I must say that I love the idea of one that can rotate. It makes me think of a humanized variation on Grievous's force spinning saber technique. I am not sure how I feel about the flight mechanic, but it is a rather cool looking weapon, one that would be great for catching foes off guard. While the Lightwhip is somewhat unique and rare on its own, Lumiya's is no doubt the most noteworthy. This weapon features multiple chords that could be used whilst the main energy whip is deactivated, or when the weapon was functioning fully. It is a very tricky weapon to counter, and one that would almost catch any opponent off guard. This weapon's unique feature is so subtle, yet it's also so clever. Despite looking like a simple long-handled lightsaber, Null's weapon featured a hidden secondary emitter that allowed for the use of a separate blade. However, unlike the saber staff, only one blade could be activated at once. This could imply that the weapon was intended to complement the use of the Trikata lightsaber style, which focuses on catching foes off guard by deactivating and reactivating the blade. The Trikata style is fascinating to me, and so to see a weapon that complements this deceptive style is fantastic. While I am intrigued by the lore of this weapon, I love it mostly for the way it looks. Stolen from the Jedi and awarded to the reigning Mandalorian, the Darksaber is a very basic lightsaber, but features a unique design. It functions just like any other standard saber, but is shaped to resemble an actual sword, and uses a black crystal, which I always thought was one of the coolest colours ever for a lightsaber, ever since finding the black crystal in The Force Unleashed. Plus, it's wielded by my favourite character of all time, which makes it look even more badass. This, in my eyes, and I'm sure some others, is the perfect lightsaber. Not only did Exar create the first ever saber staff, but it featured tons of unique qualities that would inspire them to be built into other sabers. This thing could be wielded as a standard saber, a saber staff, the power settings could be altered to throw opponents off guard, and so on. This is to me the most unique weapon in Star Wars, and greatly complemented one of the greatest Sith of all time. Well, I hope you enjoyed my rundown of my favourite unique lightsabers. Be sure to list your favourites, as I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. Sorry for the gap in videos by the way, but I am also currently working on a new Versus video, and I think it'll be something special. Be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay updated, and like always, may the Force be with you.